Welcome to my channel where we are shining a spotlight on successful businesswomen. In every episode, we're going to be sitting down with an inspiring female entrepreneur to learn her journey to success while glamming her makeup at the same time. You do not want to miss out on any of the inspiration and insights from these successful women entrepreneurs. So make sure to subscribe now to this channel and join us as we go on this empowering journey, learning about all different types of women from different walks of life. Get ready because our next guest is not just an entrepreneur, but she's also a game changer with the knack for running multiple companies that light up the Florida business scene. Meet the powerhouse behind TKN Consulting, where her mission is crystal clear. She's on a quest to guide small businesses to financial stability. How did she get here? Well, people were flocking to her for pearls of wisdom, seeking her out to navigate the stormy seas of business challenges. Now she's the go-to guru helping business owners conquer hurdles and turn their wildest dreams into reality. And there's also more. She's not just a business mogul, but she's also an author. She's written a book called The Power to Prosperity. Brace yourselves for a dose of inspiration as we welcome the phenomenal Therese Johnson.
Hi.
Welcome, Therese. Thank you for coming on.
How are you?
Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, definitely. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Are you excited to get glammed up?
I am. As you can see, I do not have anything on my face, and I cannot wait to see what you're going to do.
When was the last time that you had a glam session?
I do not know. I think it was the last time I was a bridesmaid for one of my friends, which was about 6 years ago.
So it's time. We are really overdue for this. And you know what? And Therese is also a mom. So on top of all of this, running businesses, she's also a mom, which is probably the hardest job out of everything.
True.
So, sometimes moms don't take care of yourself. So moms, take care of yourself, get your makeup done sometimes, and treat yourself.
Yes. I'm very excited.
Yeah, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day, because I know you being a business owner, I know you have a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. So we're going to prep her face before we begin with niacinamide serum and also the hyaluronic acid. This just gives it like a smoothing, plump finish to your face. I'm going to just put that on there. It's like a little spa for your face. So that's the niacinamide serum. You don't want to put too much, just a little bit to add onto there just to kind of prep the skin. So that way when the makeup comes on, it's just like a nice finish. So Therese, why don't you go ahead? We're going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay.
Where you started. Tell us about you and how you got started involved.
Okay, yes. I grew up with a bunch of people, aunts, uncles, and my parents are entrepreneurs. So it's kind of in my blood, I guess I would say.
I didn't know your whole family were entrepreneurs.
Seems like not every single one of them, but it seems the majority of them are. So I think it's cool to be around.
Your mom and dad too?
My mom not, but my father and my brother.
What does your dad do for his business?
My dad and brother are actually partners and they're contractors here in town.
Is that okay? So she was also had a contracting business.
Yes.
Is that how you got into contracting?
Yeah. So they're contractors and they're big contractors. So they take on big projects. And I noticed that they were having trouble filling a space for a smaller side of the construction, the roadway construction. So we decided to open up a new company.
Huh?
Yeah, I did underground utility work for a little while, for about 5 years, and then last summer sold off the company and then started doing consulting. And through that time I met a lot of contractors, and once I went into consulting, a lot of them reached out to me to help them with their office, with their bookkeeping, with just helping getting them on the right financial track to keep their companies up and running. So everything's kind of fallen into place.
So that's definitely a full circle moment for you, running your own business with having your family in that kind of space, and then you stepped into that space.
Yes. So it's a lot of fun. It's nice to have other, people to bounce ideas off of and to be able to talk to about struggles and coming up with solutions.
Well, that's kind of the gist of an entrepreneur, is someone who comes up with solutions to problems, no?
Yeah, no, very true. So true.
So tell me a little bit more about like your consulting. How did you like land into that business? Because that's a big jump from going to construction to consulting.
So true. It was a big jump, but not really, because again, a lot of the clients that I picked up were people that I had worked with before as either a subcontractor to or just a contractor on their projects, and they saw the way I ran my business. And then when I opened my own, I kind of let everybody know, and they just needed some help either in their office or, you know, with accounting, and then some with human resources, some with growth strategies, trying to figure out, you know, the best road to take to help their business grow. It's been a lot of fun so far. I've worked with a lot of great contractors, so no
So
complaints.
contractors are your main clientele right now?
Right now, yeah, surprisingly. It's great. I'm not complaining.
How are you finding, like, which kind of space do you like better? Are you liking the consulting space, contracting space, pros and cons?
I like the consulting base much better than the contractor. It has its own animal. There's a lot more, you know, regulations and specs, and you have to follow plans, where with consulting, it's more just problem solving for businesses. So
you like to be the problem solver.
basically, yes.
So Therese is an entrepreneur to a T, being that she likes to solve problems. That is
Yes.
definitely like, you fit the mold perfectly. So that's kind of what led you into that industry, is just people coming to you and always looking to you for advice.
Basically, yeah. At first, I was just giving people free advice and just kind of helping them out on the side. And then I was like, you know what? One of the companies I worked with, the guy in their office was like, you know, you could probably get paid to do this. And I was like, yeah, I probably could. And so then I was like, you know what? I'm going to start getting paid to do this. And so it's kind of just snowballed from there.
Yeah, I said I could and I should and I will.
Yeah, exactly.
Look up at me. So what we've done so far, we've just prepped the face, and we also prepped the eyes. We did an eye primer, P Louise, which is great. So that way none of the shadow is moving. Today, the palette that we're going to use is the Nude Light by Huda Beauty. I'm obsessed with Huda. She's amazing. She comes out with great colors, great pigments, or great pigment in her colors. Huda just knows what she's doing. You can get her stuff at Sephora, and she's amazing. So I thought that this would be a nice, beautiful palette for Therese, because she said she wanted something lighter today, so nothing too heavy and too crazy. You know, we can do all the different types of makeup, but she wants something a little bit lighter. So that's what we're going to make happen. So in the inner crease, we're going to start off with this lighter nude shade in the middle, and then on the outer edges, we'll go in with this darker brown, just to give it a little bit more definition. And then we're going to do a nice shimmery inside, because she said she wanted shimmer.
Yes, always.
So
Always need a little shimmer.
we're going to go in, and we're just going to go in the inner crease. Open your eye and look at me a little bit. Perfect. I'll get the other. So in your business journey, so what inspired you to start your own business? Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
Like, are you talking from the very beginning?
Yeah, because I know that we've talked, Therese and I have talked before, and I know that you had started off in actually a modeling agency, which is a really fun journey and a little bit of a twist.
I still work with them to this day.
And she still works with them. So
I do, I do. They're accounting for them still.
Because out of college, did you ever think, oh, I'm going to definitely own my own business? Because you went and worked straight for the modeling agency,
Yeah, no,
right?
I guess, no, it's so true. I did not think I was going to own my own business. I thought that I was like, okay, I'm just going to live and work in Miami and stay here. And then the recession hit, and I actually came back to this area to help out my dad and brother while working remotely for the agency. And then while working for my dad and my brother, I saw that there was a spot that wasn't being filled, and that the area needed more contractors in it. So I figured that was the best time, and I had enough support around me that it was easy enough to get started. So
Now talk about the modeling agency a little bit.
Yes.
What do you do for the modeling agency?
Accounting, basically. So accounts receivable, accounts payable, keeping up with like the model charts, making sure all the expenses are categorized and put properly to each model.
See,
So-
there's a space for everyone in business,
Yeah.
because when I think about business, I like to do the fun stuff. If I was in a modeling agency, I would be like, put me in the front, let me go do my thing. But
I'm like the one that's like, no, I'll be in the back. I'll be all the way in the back.
so we each have our own thing. So if you're feeling like, sometimes we try to push ourselves that we have to be a certain type of way, but
Yeah.
if you like things doing in the back, it's all necessary. Like some people like the numbers and doing the things.
I like
That's
being
not
in the
me.
background. Yeah.
But
That's okay though.
it all works together. So
Yeah.
business has its own little orchestra,
So
and
true.
harmonies that it has to like play out
So
in order
true.
for all of it to work, you know?
Definitely. You have to have people in the back, people in the front, and all work together as a team.
Now, you had also mentioned that you have multiple companies that you run. What are some of the other businesses that you're involved in?
So the modeling agency, I help with that one. And then I help with an e-commerce store. And then I help at the consulting, and then writing a book, which is fun. And so right now, those are the main ones, are my focus. And then my other clients, I didn't get permission to talk about them, but I mean, I think they're just other contractors around town. I'm not like, I work for them.
Okay.
The rest of them, I'm more of a partner in.
Well, we don't have to talk about those. I won't make you.
No, that's all right.
Now, what do you think? What are some challenges that you faced in the early days that you had to dig your heels in to overcome?
For me, the biggest problem I find is having to network. I don't like having to go out and about. Again, I like being in the back. So having to go out and about and introduce myself and, drum up business and just get my name out there, that is not my favorite part. And that has been with all of it. Again, this is why I like being in the background. So I have to always keep pushing myself to remind myself that this is my dream, this is my passion, that I want to help small businesses succeed. So I have to get my name out there so they can find me and I can find them.
Now, what have you been doing? Like, what steps have you been taking? Like, for other people that also are facing those same sort of fears or challenges, how have you been overcoming that? What steps have you taken to say, I'm going to overcome this?
Well, a lot of it was Googling and then finding networking events. And then my biggest one was I wanted to find like a women's group that was filled with entrepreneurs. And I was lucky enough to stumble across that website. And so that was really the game changer for me, is when I went to this meeting and I got to meet this wonderful woman who led the group and then introduced a bunch of us all together. And it's become, honestly, something solid that I rely on. So it's more so just getting yourself out there and then taking the chance with it.
Now, not just with that group, but in just general, by you stepping out, have you seen that it's worth it? Have you seen the payoff from it?
Definitely. I've definitely drummed up business from it. And again, from this group, I've been taught that you just have to keep doing it and you just have to keep going. And even if you only go for a little bit to the networking events or to whatever sort of event to get your name out there, you just have to do it and then try your hardest and hopefully meet. I mean, everybody's there to meet other people, so it makes it a little less intimidating.
And honestly, I have found that sometimes people are just as scared as you are in these things. That and when you come together, you're like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. Like, we're all kind of in this together. We're all trying to figure it out.
So true.
And so I'm glad I'm glad that you've taken the risk and that you've definitely stepped out there, because you've seen on the other side that, yes, if I take a chance, there will be a reward on the other side. But
for sure.
You have to step out, because if you never step out, how are you going to move forward?
So true. And being an entrepreneur, you have to. You don't have a choice. You have to live outside of your comfort zone. If you're comfortable, it means you're not doing something right.
Oh, that's
unfortunately.
And
that's the nature of the beast.
we love that we chose this path for ourselves.
We do. we love it. It's a challenge every day, but I wouldn't trade it.
So when did everything for you, when was the click in your soul where you were like, yes, this is the path, I'm supposed to be doing this, I'm meant to do? Because, you know, we're always looking for, or let me rephrase, I'm always looking for a sign. I'm always looking for, like, am I on the right path? What am I doing? Like, how do I know that you're doing the right thing? Like, how did you feel like a click for you?
Probably last November, I guess about a year ago, and I was in that contractor's office and I was just, you know, shooting ideas out there. I was shooting ideas out there, and we were hanging out, and we were, you know, we were having a cup of coffee, and I was brainstorming, and I was solving all these, you know, like smaller issues for him that he just needed, you know, like a sound wall where you were just bouncing ideas. And then he was the one who was just like, you know, again, a lot of other contractors could use your services. I think a lot of people would benefit from having like some sort of consultant just to help guide them in the direction they want to take their business. And once he kind of said something like that to me, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. It was that aha moment. I was like, one, I like doing this. It's like the first time, not the first time, but in a long time, it's like something that I really found a lot of passion in. And so anything to help another entrepreneur out, because again, the journey, it's a bumpy road. So all the help I can give, I want to give.
So passion. Yeah. A lot of passion. What I heard was passion.
Yep, exactly.
So you're following something that makes you light up and come alive, because I don't think if it's something that you kind of want to do, that you'll have all this energy to make yourself put yourself in these uncomfortable situations.
So true. I think you definitely have to have some underlying love for it, so you make yourself get out of the comfort zone.
All right, so now what we're doing, going into the lid shade of things, we have applied a shimmer to her lid. So this shimmer here, it's like a nice light shimmer, make her eyes pop. We did the outer edges, and we'll go back in and darken things up as we need. Sometimes you have to build a little bit more if it's not exactly what you want. And then we're just putting this nice shimmer on top to make her eyes pop, to make it all come together. And I like to just use my finger when it comes to shimmers. I know that there's brushes out there, but I just like to just go right in, because you can just put the pressure from the shimmer and you just press it right onto your eye. The payoff comes off so much better. And then on the inner corner, I would like to go in with a little bit of a lighter shimmery color, and it's like a pinky gold. It's really, really beautiful. So we're gonna pop that on the inner corner to make everything pop up. So that's what we're gonna do to make this all really come together. Is there a specific moment or experience that really tested you as a business owner? And if it was, like, just one thing that really stands out, and like, how did you overcome that?
Oh man, yes. As an entrepreneur, and you know it as well, you have to have faith in yourself. You know, like, you have to have this, I don't know, this drive that it's like, okay, no matter how many people reject you, no matter how many people tell you no, however many people tell you it's not a good idea, you're not going to succeed, you just have to, it's like this weird underlying drive where you're like, no, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I know this is the right path to take. And I think, yeah, I mean, people are mean. So
yeah, well,
people are mean. So it's one of those, you have to have thick skin. And so I think I learned that along the way over many years, you know, even back in working for the modeling agency, you know, it's one of those, you have to have thick skin, and you have to have faith within yourself, for sure.
So just not listening to the haters.
Basically, I mean, yeah, that's basically, exactly.
We don't have time for the haters.
No, we don't.
You can leave all the negativity out.
Exactly.
Look up for me.
Only positive.
But you got to fight for yourself. You
can't
rely on anybody else.
That's the biggest thing too, yes, because if you have your dream, you have to fight for it. No one else is going to do it for you.
All right. So what we're going to do from here, we're going to apply some eyeliner, some lashes, put a base on her. So we're gonna do all those things, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna finish up with Therese, just talking more about her. We're gonna go a little bit into her book because I do want to talk about that book of yours. But for now, we're gonna take a pause, and then when we come back, we'll finish it up. Okay, so we are back. We have laid down some foundation. We did highlighter, or I'm sorry, we did the concealer. So we highlighted her face with concealer, did some falsies on her, lip liner and lip gloss. The lip liner is Liner Soar, which is incredible. Looks good on everybody. I will stand on the hill that everybody looks good in that color. And then Tower 28 lip jelly, which is incredible. It feels so just like moisturizing on the lips, and it's not like super sticky, right?
No, yeah, nice.
So that's a great one. And this is the color Pistachio, which is also a nice universal shade. I think that looks good on everyone. So now we're gonna chisel out her cheeks. We're gonna give her a nice contour here with the NYX palette. So we're gonna give her a nice definition, and we're gonna go from there. So going back to you, Miss Therese, so how do you stay informed about all of the most recent industry trends and stay updated in your industry? Like, how do you stay on top of everything?
Since I do the consulting and I work a lot with numbers, I check in. I have a network of CPAs that I work with, and I really check in with them to make sure I'm keeping my clients' books in line with what new laws or anything that comes out that I need to be aware of. So basically that, and then there's a couple other, I forgot the name of the app. I'll have to send it to you at some point, but there's one that I keep up with, and it just kind of goes over what's going on in the business world and what new tips and tricks other consultants are using. I know a lot of people are using AI right now, so it's pretty cool.
How do you feel about AI? A lot of people are really freaked out about AI. How do you feel?
It's on my cup of tea. I mean, I think it's great for scheduling and keeping appointments and helping people that are unorganized get organized. But I don't know. AI is definitely one of those things I can see how it could take over someone's life very easily. So I don't know. Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I love it. I use it to my advantage, you know?
Right.
So I feel like as long as you just kind of leverage it and use it to help yourself, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But everybody's got their own take on it.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see
how it plays out.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Now, what do you think in your business? What gives Therese an edge? What makes you different than everybody else? What do you think makes you different to where people are like, I want to come see Therese Johnson, to where you stand out that's unique?
Oof, that's a hard question. Experience speaks for itself, and always honesty. And if I can help somebody, I will. And if I can't, I'm always upfront. And I think in this type of industry, reputation is everything. So as long as the clients I currently have are happy and they say good things about me, I guess that's all that matters. So,
I mean, honesty is huge, especially in business.
Yes.
I mean, you've seen it working in the industries that you've been in.
Yeah, you have to be honest. You'll never get ahead lying. You have to be honest about everything.
I heard the best thing one time. One of my old bosses, and I kind of consider him a mentor. He was good people, but he said, you'll never get caught in the truth.
So true.
And that ever since he said that, it's just always stuck with me, that just be honest.
Yeah, always be honest.
Even when it's not the best and in your favor.
No, exactly.
You know,
or
you just got to.
You know it's going to upset your client or the people you're working with. You just have to be honest.
Yes.
In a respectful way.
In a respectful way, always. Now, looking back on your career, what accomplishment are you most proud of and why?
I guess because the passion's behind it, my biggest accomplishment is really starting TK and consulting and following through and making it happen. So I'm really excited about it and really proud of myself to just be in business and it be successful. So,
Okay,
yeah.
we like that.
All right.
So what advice would you give out to somebody starting in your industry? What would you say would be the best thing for them?
Is to really find what type of consulting they'd like to hone in on and what, again, they're passionate about, and then figuring out which type of industry they like to work in, because there's so many of them that, you know, every business can use a consultant, and I think it just depends on what industry you'd like to be in, and then just go after it. You just have to do it.
All right, so this is Therese's book, The Power to Prosperity. I highly recommend that you all go out and get it. It has tons of practical business advice and things that are just very good nuggets that you could apply into your own business.
Yep.
What do you think would be the one piece that jumps out for you?
The one piece, I think, what I love and what I hope I got across is just having the right mindset, believing in yourself, you know, writing down your goals, figuring out what you want, and then turning your goals and dreams into actionable steps for yourself. So
I love that. Taking action is everything. You
it
can
really
talk,
is.
talk, prepare, prepare, but you got to take action.
Yes, for sure. I agree.
Okay, Therese, tell everybody how they can find you, how they can find your book.
Okay, you can find me at TKN Consult. TKNconsult.com. And then I do have an Instagram page and a website. The website for the book is tjhillsbooks.com. And then my Instagram is actually at The Power to Prosperity.
All right, so make sure you go follow her, get her book. She's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much. I hope that you love your
I do. I can't wait. So we'll go take a look. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.